All right, guys, it is officially Monday, and every Monday around 12 p.m. Eastern time, we take a deep dive into what Merlin is building. So, Merlin Chain, make Bitcoin fun again. These guys are building, guys, and they're building AI. I feel like if you are smart and if you're in crypto, you're focused on AI. And another one of our partners here, Merlin, is focused on AI. They actually just posted a tweet, and we're going to get into all that stuff. But if you don't know what Merlin is a layer 2 on Bitcoin. You guys can actually bridge your Bitcoin from Bitcoin Layer 1 to Merlin to participate in all the cool stuff they have over there. They are EVM based and they are building. And if you do have the MERL token, you are lucky because you can get 15% APY on that, and potentially in the future you're going to see Bitcoin. I don't know if that's implemented yet, but you're going to be able to get rewards on your Bitcoin as well. So that is going to be absolutely huge. And Merlin is one of the few places where you can trade runes and you can trade ordinals. So definitely, if you
BRC20s too. Yep.
BRC20s as well. So there's not really many places. They all call themselves L2s, but they don't have no L1 assets, right? But Merlin is that, and we're so glad to have Jeff joining us again today. Jeff, welcome back to OnChain Revolution.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? Congratulations for the AI wizard. I know that like you guys have been anticipating that for a while, but also congratulations on the kind of partnership with BNB as well, like with the BSC chain, because that's also very big. They've been getting a lot of volume over there. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to kind of see what your perception was on the most recent kind of upswing with Bitcoin. Do you feel like this is just kind of the market's tricking us again, or do you feel like this is actually some legitimate price action to the upside?
I mean, at least it tells us, the big institutions are not gone, because we've seen some data before that some whales, they started dumping. But I mean, because we didn't have Bitcoin ETF, in previous cycles, so this time it's more about retail users and whales giving up their Bitcoin to more institutions, which I think it will be a new norm in the future. And yeah, so I think the market is kind of bouncing back. We've seen some active, trading signals in Solana ecosystem on BNB chain, and yeah, so I think it's definitely a good signal, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And we've also, seeing lots of altcoin, they are doing huge buybacks. I think over 10 plus, tier one altcoin, they announced their buyback plans. So I think that's a good sign too, because if they don't buy back, nobody's going to buy the altcoin in the cycle. I mean, Merlin, we keep buying back. We just don't make the announcement, but yeah. So I think and today, the great news. I just saw this like a minute before Merlin Monday. Particle Network, they got listed on Binance and OKX. So if you're a user who used their product before, I think we will announce we'll have announcement like on Merlin side as well. So if you were using the Particle product, such as I guess the AA wallet, the like when you're using Unisat or Xverse by trading, doing transactions on Merlin chain, you will be qualified for the airdrop. I guess it's not like certain, but based on information I saw in the group chat, I think so. And also, if you are using the Universal X, which is also by Particle, right? Like I promote this for 1,000 times in the show. So yeah, if you are using Universal X to buy stuff, no matter from Solana or Merlin or BNB Chain or Ethereum, whatever, you will have some points to get the airdrop as well, which is basically like free stuff because you're using that product because it's useful, right? And you get some airdrops out of nowhere. I think the Particle is like the very strong partner with us. We've been through some hard times. The AA wallet was not that good before, and they got it through and got listed on Binance and OKX, which is huge. Yeah.
Wow. Well, will that token be a ERC20 on Merlin, or will it show up in a different wallet?
Oh, I think BNB Chain, of course, definitely BNB Chain. But if you're using their product, I think sorry, I don't think necessarily only BNB Chain. Probably like Ethereum plus BNB Chain, something like that.
Gotcha.
But But yeah, I think they will have like a procedure for people to claim their jobs. Their team has been here for a long time, like really dedicated builder.
Yeah, man, that's actually huge news because I know everyone watches our show who participated in Merlin. They were using a Unisat, they were using an Xverse. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be huge for our audience. And I've done tons of volume on Merlin using my Xverse and my Unisat mainly. So
I mean, just don't have high hopes, but
yeah,
I think it's
better than
really,
nothing, for sure.
yeah, I think it's really hard, to build ecosystems that multi projects got listed on OKX, Binance, Bybit, Avalon. They're doing a great job too. Solve is doing a great job too. So yeah, if you look back for a year, all these other ecosystems claim to build for Bitcoin, for Bitcoin. I think Merlin is achieving something, huge here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% agree.
Do you have a date of their TGE?
Oh, today. I mean, for you guys tomorrow, but for Asian, audience, it's today. It's in 21 hours. So 21 hours later.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. In my opinion, that's one of the biggest launches of this quarter.
Yeah.
There's such a big infrastructure play, and people. We talked about how you can utilize Particle Network's wallet to pretty much use like all these different cryptocurrencies. It doesn't matter the chain, all that stuff. One part that we really haven't talked a lot about is like that you can use credit card as well. Am I right with that? Yeah. So you can purchase with credit card and all that great stuff. But
wow.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's jump to the next thing, if you don't mind. Is I just want to kind of go over the tweet, and then maybe you can talk about it as well. So the Merlin chain, you guys tweeted from your official Twitter, introducing Wizard 0.1, your AI-powered guide to Merlin chain. The rise of Merlin's AI agent unlocking the power of intelligence. Merlin chain introduces Wizard, the intelligent guide within its ecosystem, designed to help users seamlessly understand and engage with the Merlin chain ecosystem. The goal of Wizard is simple: to make Merlin chain smoother, more enjoyable, and more efficient to use, while saving users valuable time, allowing them to focus on exploring the blockchain world. So I love AI on the sense that it's giving back our time. Right, it's giving back time of research, time of a lot other things. But I would love for you to dive a little bit more in depth in this, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So this is called 0.1 is because it just interacts with you in words. You ask me anything, I mean, better be like about Merlin, but you can ask other things as well. But if it's about Merlin, and I think for 99% of the time, he will give you a great answer. I cannot say 100% because ChatGPT cannot do that, DeepSeek cannot do that. But yeah, so like where to stake my MERL, how is the APR, how can I trade stuff, how can I bridge stuff, how can I trade NFTs, Bitcoin NFTs on there too, what's the gas, how can I withdraw, deposit, like all these questions. And also the 0.2 is about to launch, because actually 0.1 is the hardest, because making LLM understands crypto and chain knowledge is the hardest part. The 0.2 is about more data, so you can ask how is token trading, what's the current price, what's the daily trading volume, what is the biggest holder, are the biggest holders selling or buying, and all this information, and it will gives you more data from the chain. Because to me, I think Explorer is hard to use like hell, because I think normal day traders, users, they don't use Explorer, right? They don't use like mempool. People cannot read like different transactions in mempool. People don't read Etherscan or BNB scan or Tron scan, because it's hard for even for experienced dev. So I think this will be much easier and more transparent. So you can see how many holders are buying and selling, what's the price, what's the volume. It will be much more transparent. The 0.3 will be about actually helping you execute transactions like bridging, deposit, staking, borrowing, lending, trading, buying, selling, dumping, pumping, everything. It will help you to do. So I think that's the first step. But the thing I want to say is, behind the scenes, like the infrastructure is something we've been building for over 3 months. And I cannot say names, but this infrastructure has been helping lots of other chains and projects behind the scenes. We haven't announced yet, But there are lots of other chains projects, even meme coins are using our infrastructure to build AI dApps. Thus, some of them are not like willing to disclose like in a short period of time, but because they want to pretend this is developed by them. But I think for longer time, you will see lots of dApps, Merlin ecosystem, Bitcoin ecosystems, other chains. They will be disclosing they're using Merlin AI infra. So we're building this for now, not only for our for customer service, but for more and more utilities.
Okay, so I completely understand about like the levels of AI, because that's just how AI works in terms of development, right? It gets smarter, it starts to learn kind of the users and all this stuff, right? So let's just say like a year down from where we are now, what is the ideal kind of situation this AI would be useful for?
You mean for
Retail users?
For retail users, I think infra is not about user needs. There's a gap between infra and user needs. Infra is something you can do. The user products is something users want, right? So I think for the Merlin Wizard, is for the ordinary users to engage with Merlin chain in a much easier way. Because before, if you tell people to do something like if we have a new dApp coming on Merlin, you need to do shows, you need to do step-by-step instructions, and then probably do over 10 times, and then people can try. Now you just tell them, go to the wizard and ask me anything. That's much easier for any user. Just go there, ask me anything, and do whatever things they want to do. So I think that is the utility for the wizard. It will serve previous projects and also future Merlin projects or assets or platforms or DEX NFTs. But I think the infra is sorry. But yeah, but I think the infra is for more different, like various different utilities in the future. So for example, if Particle Universal X, because Universal X SDK is not out yet, but if their SDK is out, they can integrate with our infra, and then you will be using Merlin Bitcoin to buy memes much more easier, because you will give all this data, the signals from other chains. And also we're integrated with the Twitter API. We're paying lots of money to Twitter every month. So, it will give you the information, like all these people you follow, they're talking about this thing, and the CA is here. You can buy this with the Merlin SDK. So like all of this will be integrated together. So I think AI is not about one product. It's about, the possibility of all these kind of, like different user scenarios for different products.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
What
if I was a builder and I wanted to, and I didn't want to build AI, but I wanted to potentially use what Merlin has built for my project. Is that something that is available for builders to come go build in the Merlin chain?
Yeah, so we'll be like releasing GitHub like like 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗕𝗓, but we will make sure it's more dev friendly, so you don't need to know, because actually learning prompt engineering is really hard. We've been through, because our employees are not, our devs are not AI concentrated. We hire some people, but there are some old dev, they're learning this. So we don't want like new builder to learn about prompt engineering, to learn about how to build a rack. They just need to read the GitHub, and they can just using something like API, but like technically it's not API, but using something like similar to API, and they can use this infra to build their products. But I think now it's too early. Like I don't want to say something we cannot accomplish in like a week or two. But I think definitely in Q2 we'll be seeing lots of new products based on Merlin AI.
I could see it being used on Merlin Chain.io as well. If someone was new and saying, hey, what's the best NFT platform or most used NFT platform on Merlin, and it could kind of talk to you back and forth or whatever, and stuff like that. But yeah, super exciting that you guys are releasing this first version. I can't wait to see what the end result is going to be here. Anything else on the AI before we move on to the next thing?
Actually, not many now. I've been like overnight, like for the past weekend, and today I'm going to like some of my devs are in my apartment actually right now. They're having conference right now, if you can hear them. But I'm going to do like a triple overnight with my team. Lots of new things are coming. I think And if the market is bouncing back, I think much more cool stuff about AI will come too.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I won't keep you too long because you got to manage that meeting here. But I would like for you to hit on kind of this relationship that you guys have with BNB Chain and what that looks like.
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 campaigns this week. Just pay attention to our official Twitter account, not my Twitter account. I don't have time for Twitter right now. But pay attention to our official Twitter account. We'll be having 2 campaigns. First is about bridging MERL to BNB Chain. So you are not paying any fees at all. We'll give you rebates. If you bridge something there, you will be paying the bridge, but all this money will be coming back to you. So you can bridge in, bridge back, and also if you bridge more than 100 MERL, which is like $10, you will be having like a lottery to do to get some I don't know, like a couple of $1,000 for the lottery. So just encourage people to bridge there, because bridge is like the first thing you need to do, right? Actually 3 things. So that's first, bridge, no cost, for fun, and win some lottery. Second thing is we're going to have a trading competition on PancakeSwap. So if you go to PancakeSwap right now, if you search MERL, you can see the LP there. You will be whitelisted before the trading competition. So MERL will be like the one of the few tokens whitelisted on PancakeSwap. If you trade there for over $100, $500, you will be getting into the list. So the whole trading competition, I think, is like a $50,000 to $60,000 price, which is pretty high. So you can go there, trade MERL, and win some prize. And I think that's good because for the users in BNB Chain, they have 0 MERL. So basically, trading competition, you need to buy and then to sell, right? So it will definitely generate some buy power from the BNB Chain users, and like getting familiar with them. We will have some AMA in the groups with them, with the audience, to educate people what is Merlin chain, what is Bitcoin Layer 2, why this is important, and what's going on with the Bitcoin ecosystems. Why MERL is on BNB Chain, so all that stuff. So definitely, I think bridging to BNB Chain, having a trading competition on PancakeSwap is a pretty big deal for us. Because right now BNB Chain is like the place millions of users try trading every day. And the third thing is we'll be having some exchanges open the BNB Chain deposit and withdraw, so you don't need to use MERL chain to withdraw deposits and bridge to BNB Chain and bridge back, like all of the stuff. You can just have MetaMask or like OKX wallet, BNB Chain network, and you can withdraw from the central exchange. So that's much easier. And when you have some MERL on BNB Chain, you can just deposit into the central exchange, which is easy too. So I think we're doing these 3 things this week. Hopefully we'll see some good news in the future about the partnerships with the BNB Chain. But yeah, I think this is just like a start.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm going to be able to go to my exchange and withdraw MERL, and I can actually withdraw right to BNB. That's incredible, because BNB is for some reason I think it's just MEXC, but it's like I gotta wait 1,000 MERL blocks to withdraw my MERL in that sense and stuff. So it's a lot quicker with BNB.
It's not,
so that's
it's
incredible.
Not us. Yeah, they have to verify whatever, but it's not. But BNB is much faster and cheaper, faster, and because it's a chain with like many years history. Of course, it's a much better chain than Merlin, but we are catching up. But so it's going to be much easier. But not 100%. OKX probably. That's another story. But not OKX.
And so my last question about this topic is, so you see this as a mutual benefit, right? Like, how does it benefit like the Merlin chain and kind of, I guess, the BNB users?
Yeah, imagine right now you have MERL token trading there, right? Users getting to know about Bitcoin assets, Bitcoin Layer 2, because they probably never heard of them, or they have some bias or wrong information about them. But if we open the bridge, if we open the gate to BNB Chain, what happens next? I don't know. Probably we can launch some runes on BNB Chain. Who knows? Because runes token, BRC20 tokens, lots of them are Asian users, and they are very familiar with BNB Chain. I would say like Chinese traders around me, all of them have a BNB wallet and some BNB in their wallets. So so probably we can do something about Bitcoin NFTs, Bitcoin fungible tokens, memes, BT stuff from AI. I don't know, but I think opening the gate is a great thing, and it's a strong signal.
Yeah, I love that. Like people are bridging the Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, and You know, for the people listening in, Merlin chain token is a BRC20, so it's a Bitcoin layer 1 asset. So this is bridging that over to BNB for the first exposure, really. So you guys are kind of like the pioneers for this. So that's going to be really exciting. All right, we won't keep you too long. Any other updates you want to let the audience know about before we let you go?
Yeah, I think nothing. I think we just keep building. The like based on two things we believe. First is about the new technology. The second is about like better liquidity. I know for sure Bitcoin users are like very very frustrated with the liquidity on Bitcoin layer 1, and they want to bridge this to other chains. I think that's a good idea. Bridging to Solana to BNB chain, that's a great idea. But I think bridging is not the only thing. Because you're bridging from rooms to Solana, people from there, they don't trade this. So I think like not only the idea about bridging, but about the partnerships, about sharing liquidity. Because if you're only bridging there, why people buy your stuff? Basically, they're pumping your back. They're spending their BNB to pump your back, which is insane because they have billions of meme tokens on BNB chain, right? Or on Solana. Like I bought some Solana like last weekend, and I made a fortune. But if you have BRC20 on Solana, I won't buy. Like if I believe this, I will just buy this, from Bitcoin layer 1, right? So yeah, I think if the market is coming back, I think the future is very bright. And yeah, thank you guys for having show every day and stuff. And see you guys next week.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
See you, Jeff.
We'll talk
Thanks,
to you soon.
man. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Incredible. I mean, he's like the busiest man I ever met, right? And he's doing a 3-night repeat nighter, all-nighter with his team in his
Slumber
apartment,
party.
making sure.
Slumber party meeting.
I don't know if they're gonna sleep. I don't think any slumber is gonna be happening in that apartment. I think he's gonna have a bunch of laptops on the table. I can picture it. A bunch of laptops on the table, like 9 guys standing, like just watching Jeff kind of do his thing, his work, and then just really building and putting a foundation together. And I think that's what Jeff's really good at. I think Jeff's really good. He's really good at putting a team together and really kind of working with that team to make sure every structure of that team is fulfilling their objectives, right? And I think that's what a good leader and someone who has experience being a CEO of 100, I think what he had thousands of employees at one point, right? For his company, 3,000 employees, like
or more.
So having that experience and putting that to Merl, that's why we're partnering with Merl. That's why we're so bullish on what these guys are building, and we practically begged for a partnership just because we truly believe in what these guys are building and truly believe that when it's time to go, Jeff's going to be one of the first, especially in the Bitcoin ecosystem, really kind of push that narrative forward. And he's a Bitcoin guy. He's a Bitcoin layer 1 asset guy. He's built, a lot of different projects in the ecosystem already, and he's continuing to do that. So you guys can be bearish for what happened last year, whatever, nothing really was good anyway. But if you guys are bearish now on Merlin, I think you should look at yourself in the mirror, and maybe you got what is it, Trump disrangement syndrome, but like Merlin deranged
TDS, MDS,
yeah, but MDS. Merlin deranged syndrome. So
yeah. I mean, the biggest underrated part was the fact that like he was a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company that he sold for a lot. Success. The crypto's not easy to have success in, man. As especially a chain. I mean, imagine the stress of that. But the determination of a owner of a company that was the CEO at the same time, that's the best combination. If you're the owner and CEO sometimes they can kind of manage from company to company. They just have that good kind of reputation. But if you're owner / CEO like Elon, that kind of thing, to me, that shows determination, grit, especially if you have success. And that's why